Hey guys, Greg here, Bone Tactical, here at my living quarters at my workshop, and I am going to be featuring today a little power station behind me. This is actually a paid promotion, so I'm not going to share anything, never will, that's not true. So let's talk a little bit about this particular power station. And power stations are really important, guys. This is the UD Power S1200, okay? It's pretty fairly new, and there's one thing that I'm doing wrong with this particular power station. What am I doing wrong? Comment below if you know what I'm doing wrong with this power station. So basically, every power station should have a really stable electric grid or a line conditioner voltage regulator, that hopefully also one that has a very fast surge protector attached to it. This doesn't have any of that. It was given to me, and I'm hoping it lasts until I get a surge protector on it, but we'll see. These units are, they're great for camping, and they're great for emergency reliability. If there's any kind of an off-grid, down-grid, power goes out scenario, you can use these, okay? You can grab it and throw it in your car if you want to go out in the woods. I'm way out in the woods here. Guys, this is way off-grid, this location. I actually have mine connected to fiber optic internet, which was crazy running fiber optic cable as far as I had to run it to get a fiber optic system out here because I'm in the middle of nowhere. But if I wanted to just grab that and throw it in my truck, I could use it to connect it to this set power fridge down there, fridge freezer combo. I'm actually using that every day, the set power fridge freezer combo. So check that out. That was something that they sent me a while back to check out and see how it worked and everything. It's going strong for a long time. So we'll see if this UD Power S1200 is in future videos, because I actually had to you might guys check this is my, workshop, dream shop build, but this is the living quarter section in here. So this is not part of the dream shop build, because this is where I'm living while I'm building the dream shop next door. So these videos are here on the channel. You can check them out. I had to replace a much better, supposedly bigger, top of the line that just burnt out on me. The inlet and outlet ports burnt out. Why do these things burn out? And I'm not saying this UD Power one's gonna burn out. Hopefully you'll see this on a future video, but I do highly recommend protecting them against power surges. Okay, you don't want long-term low power because that will burn out the components, and you don't want any spikes in power, that'll burn out the components. Okay, so you just really want to make sure that the input on these is good and solid. You can use solar, so you can put a solar panel on there and you can charge it with solar. You can be completely off grid. And these are really cool because, you can connect it to satellite internet if you're out camping. You can connect it to, I've got mine connected to Wi-Fi to 2 refrigerators, okay? So we're really maxing this thing out. We'll see how it works. We'll see how it does. I'll keep you guys posted in future videos, but I do highly recommend getting yourself a battery backup, one of these. It's more than a battery backup, it's a portable power station. Hook it up however you want. I do have actually a solar charging system here too. And then I also have I can solar charge it if I want to. It's just, I installed this for the other one. And then I also have a AC/DC converter. So I installed a little box up here that can convert alternating current to direct current, because solar is DC. So if I want to charge from AC to DC and then charge to that, or I can go solar. So I've got everything here all set up for that. I've got DC lights that I use here, AC lights. I've got most people don't use DC systems on there, but I like to have everything, contingency plans and whatnot. So I've got AC and DC running through here, but you can, really versatile, guys. So I can grab this thing here, throw it in my truck, and go. If I have internet that's, like a satellite internet, then I can use it to power the satellite internet. I can charge my phone with it if I've got a phone signal out there. Whatever I need to do, if I'm a remote worker, digital nomad, I can use it to charge my laptop. I remember back in the day, it was really difficult to charge a laptop on road trips. Back before I had a bunch of cool stuff, I would always have a problem because the car chargers weren't strong enough. So these guys are strong. That's another deal with it. It can run a lot of stuff. And if you get a really big, powerful one and you're not running something strong, then it'll last, and you can hook up a solar panel to it and you can be completely off grid and have consistent power because the solar panel will be constantly charging the battery. You just need to make sure that your draw is lower than your input, right? That being said, I'll just really quickly show you around here my living quarters. This is the living quarter area, okay? I've got Bob over here. I beat up on him sometimes. Got my refrigerators. This is the kitchen. I've got a bunch of stuff here in Pelican cases. Got my bow, or one of my bows is up there. It's a bunch of different arrows. Bike, I do a mountain bike route. The mountains are right here. I'll give you a quick brief view of the mountains in here in a second. But this is kind of just a little setup I have. A lot of this stuff over here is sponsored gear, but you know, this is just kind of the brief setup. I got this little bamboo bike rack thing down here that I just keep machetes on now. And that in particular, that was a sponsored deal. Check that out as well on the channel. You know, got a battery that they sent me that I'm gonna put in my truck in sometime in the future. You know, this is the container, okay? This is the bat signal here. Those of you that know, but you know, you guys have probably seen my container build, okay? So we've got my shower over here. This is my outdoor shower, all right? So we've got an old tree, you know, tree stump, and then just water plumbed into there, and it's a cool shower. This is the locking system for my container, a little Bone Tactical flag and whatnot. Some more Pelican cases and other storage underneath there, and then, you know, this is the mountains behind me that I go do my bike route in every morning. There's the truck over there. Really quick pole barn. I gotta redo that pole barn there because it's just not the ideal long-term setup, but I just really quickly did a super fast, limited material, put that up in one day, timber frame pole barn just to get a roof over my truck so it wasn't getting so much UV hitting it every single day. It lasts a little longer. It's already going strong. I think it's like 9 years now, and it's just still pretty much bulletproof. It's world's most reliable pickup truck, by the way, Toyota Land Cruiser. They're awesome. This is my little workout bench here. Got some dumbbells and whatnot, and then a little area. I got a kettlebell over there. Little area here where I do, you know, stretching, warm up, whatever, yoga mat type thing there. But that's the deal. The dogs are all hanging out, and then, you know, mountains behind me. Another thing that I did install really cool is a rainwater catchment system. So this whole roof that I have up here is a flat roof. And then there's one of the DC powered lights. So somebody sent in lights and I'm like, well, I don't need 57 lights on my truck. I start putting them in and ran a DC power system on the pole barn there and then have lights at night that are, you know, really cool LED light bars. But anyway, this is just piping here. The water runs down over here when it rains. Of course, automatically just runs into this. I need to figure, I've got filters that I'm gonna put on it. I haven't put any filters on it yet. It's pretty clean actually compared to what I'm normally getting. But I bought some filters off Amazon. I'm gonna throw those on when I get time. Don't have time for anything. You guys see the scale of this project. It's a lot of work. But basically, then I have a cutoff valve down here. And when I open this valve, there's a pipe underground here that runs like 300 meters, I think 320 meters, down to another tank that I have down there. And then there's a pump at that tank, and when I need water in up there's two of these tanks. There's one at the bottom, one at the top. It pumps that water back up to here, and then that's where I actually run most of my water from. So the shower and everything, that's 30 feet in the air, so it gives me, you know, like, I don't know, I'm not running the math in my head right now, but like 12 PSI, 14 PSI, depending on the size of the tubing and stuff. So it gives me enough PSI to be, you know, it gives me a little bit of water pressure. Not a ton, but everything I need. We've redone the fence over here. You guys have been watching the build with these. I put these metal boxes as concrete fittings, okay? So just put up a new fence over here, but I'll show you guys all that. We'll do a project update. We've been working on the project a lot. This particular video is specifically for this power station, and this power station is running all this stuff right now. It's running my wireless internet, it's running this fridge, it's running this other fridge and freezer, so two fridge freezer setups, the wireless router up here, and then so far I really like it. I like the input. I also like that it shuts off and doesn't light up all the time, so you just touch this button if you want to see all of your stats and stuff here. It has normal mode, eco mode, optimized, and fast charging. Okay, it's got your solar DC, or DC in, we discussed that. All of these charge different ports here, And then basically, you know, you can, you know, turn this on or off, whether it's having an output or not. My fridge is not connected to anything else, been probably several weeks now that my fridge has been running off of this little unit here. And so what that does also is it protects my fridge. So even if this breaks, because of, I should be putting a line conditioner on here, and I haven't yet, but even if this breaks, it'll still protect my fridge from breaking. Hopefully I get a line conditioner before that breaks. It's just not a long, it's a bad power grid here, and you don't want to just run anything with a battery on it or anything with sensitive electronics connected to a bad power grid or a grid that has brownouts, blackouts, surges, spikes. There's times in the afternoon when it's really hot out, or when there's a lot of people working around here where the grid is low. Okay, even though I installed my whole own transformer and everything, my own power grid basically here, and I'm still connected to the main grid, you know, in the next city over where I'm getting power from, right? So I still have to deal with different issues like that. I'm not completely off grid with the power, and we do have stuff like this that makes a huge difference because it keeps my refrigerator and keeps my food from going bad. When there's a power outage, I don't have to go start the generator that's back here. That automatically is just keeps my food cold. And if you've ever had a foodborne illness from your chicken getting too warm and frozen chicken or whatever, or your food's not, you know, getting bacteria in them because your power went out or something, or you weren't able to keep it cold, not a good thing. So definitely look into one of these. Hopefully you guys like it. Dogs are getting hungry, so I gotta feed these boys. They're not gonna be hungry forever. Pretty soon they're gonna start roaming around here looking for something to eat. Time to get them fed. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Questions, comments below. Bone out.